of going to your mailbox, that's like being in Vegas in a crapjack or a blackjack table and hitting 21. If you know when to recognize the ace and the king or queen or jack, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you go to the mailbox and you're stressed and you grab the envelopes and you just throw them away or you hide or you just don't want to deal with reality. The way I look at it is I could bring our unemployment rate really low this year by just becoming members and start prosecuting. You'll be busy working all day with these people and you'll be collecting thousands upon, it'd be a small business making six figures a year between your credit reports, phone calls, debt collection letters, not paying your mortgage. I don't encourage anybody not pay their mortgage. What I do encourage everybody is this. In our economic environment, worldwide, because you're even feeling it where you're at, Ben,
Mm.
everybody's feeling it. You cannot be making decisions that are sentimental. You have to make wise business decisions. And it's a matter of preserving your capital, not giving it away, trying to preserve a home that you're renting from a bank
Mm.
or a credit card. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're stealing from your children, you're stealing from your grandchildren, and you're stealing from yourself to pay these same crooks. And let me read you today's headline that will give you, and I'm going to slide this over to my big screen because this is the news that I was reading to today. This is why, this is titled, This is Why They Hate You and Want You to Die. Reuters, Bank of America Corp will pay $11 million to ousted, meaning fired, bank executive Joe Price and Sally Procek. Did you just hear what I just said?
I didn't quite get it. Could you just go over it again?
Bank of America
Hmm.
will pay $11 million dollars
Hmm.
to two fired executives.
Right. Right. Got it. Yeah.
Okay? So if you think that these banks really give a darn about you, you better wake up.
Yeah.
They've already gotten 16 trillion of our dollars, and they keep paying executives these outlandish bonuses, and these two crooks are getting 11 million bucks after they've been fired.
Yeah. It's
Okay?
it's one big scam, isn't it? They've been fleecing us and rinsing our money. The whole thing.
Yes. So what I say is go get some of your money back.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying you have to make a business decision. What is my house worth? 200 grand? What do I owe? 300 grand? I'm not paying. I'm done. That's a business decision.
Hmm.
Okay? Because everybody in America and in England and Britain, everywhere, live in a fantasy land. You do not own anything. Slaves are not allowed to own a thing but meaningless trinkets.
Hmm.
In America, you buy your house cash. If you don't pay your taxes, they take it from you.
Hmm.
Wow, did I own that?
No.
See? If I bought a car, I can go buy a $300,000 Ferrari tomorrow. And it's a $300,000 piece of junk sitting on my driveway if I don't give my tithing to the state and go register it so I can drive it.
Yeah.
And if I don't register it, I cannot drive it. So it's not my car. I
Yeah.
cannot do what I want with it. You see, but your cell phone, you can get upset and throw it out your window doing 65 miles an hour. Nobody cares.
Hmm.
You see, trinkets,
Yeah.
nothing real. So I tell America and everybody else, wake up. Just wake up and use their own rules, their own regulation against them. And go collect what's due to you and your family. Because it's not only about you. Have the courage, pull up your britches, and get out there and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's a sad statement. 70% of all active attorneys on this planet, all of them reside right here in the United States. 70%.
Hmm.
That's absolutely absurd.
Yeah. For 5% of the Earth's population. Yeah.
Okay? I mean, that's absolutely absurd. That just shows how lazy Americans are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to handle my own business. When you go to Singapore, see, they give you classes to the general public. They want you to know the laws, the rules, and the regulations. They actually look at attorneys and say, we don't like you guys.
Hmm.
They teach the populace on how to defend their own litigation issues with their neighbor, with their business associates, with a car accident. They don't want you to go hire an attorney. They want you to handle your own business. They want you to be intelligent, where everything that they teach us is the opposite. They want you to be stupid and dumbed down.
Yeah.
You know how many times, if I could retire for every time a judge has asked me, "Sir, are you an attorney?" And my response is always the same: "You wish I was." And he knows exactly what I mean by that, because then I would have to succumb to him. And second, I say, "Sir, I'm perfectly capable of reading words on a piece of paper, no different than you and that attorney over there." That's an insult to my intelligence, because they get very, very, very nervous when they got a pro se litigant that knows the system better than they do.
Why is that?
Well, here's the problem that we've had. And funny enough, it's affected your country and our country, because I always refer back to England, Britain as just US, because they're all the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, credit cards, banks, financing homes, cars, your underwear, anything, okay? That's why the economies are falling apart. But you look at this and you think of what's happened during the boom times, okay? 2003, because the fallacy that everybody has is that the real estate markets were at its peak in 2005, and that's wrong. They were at the peak of falling at 2005. The actual peak was about 2002, almost 2003, and a little bit into 04 when it finally topped. Okay, all we were witnessing in 2005 and 6 was the downside of it. Okay, even though there was still a lot of money to be made, it didn't matter. So what happened is America and England and Britain and everybody else had a lot of money. We had a lot of money. Okay, everybody, the economy was flourishing, right? They'd give if you had the requirements for a loan in the United States was you walked into the bank, the guy grabbed your wrist. Oh, you have a pulse. Oh, sign here. That was it.
Yeah.
Literally, if you were breathing, you got a car, you got a house, you got a credit card. Okay, so it became, and it still is, so customary for an attorney to show up in court. There's no defendant, because America, well, I owed on that credit card. You see, it didn't matter. Times were good. Nobody owed anything. Money was flowing like crazy. As soon as it started to take the downturn, this came in droves, millions of cases, millions. We had one judge here, Judge Stoker in Osceola County, who came out in the newspaper. Wrong thing to do. He said, "I personally look at over 12,000 foreclosure cases a month."
God.
That's less than like a minute for each one. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Bloody hell.
Needless to say, they took him out of his position. They put him to work somewhere else here in Orange County doing something else, because he admittedly said that I'm just a rubber stamp for the bank. Okay?
Yeah, that's basically what he said, yeah.
That's basically what he said. So I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do as my elected position. And I'm not, what I call that is honest. That's theft of honest services, which is a title, I think Title 16 violation, whatever. But that's how you go after these judges. It's not trying to get them removed or their bonds or all this, patriot nonsense. Go after them under theft of honest service.
You can go after a judge?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to talk about that today. That's fun stuff. That's fun stuff. But see, you do it the right way. There's a difference, man. There's a right and a wrong way, an easy and a hard way.
Yeah.
Right? So remember what I said. They wrote this stuff down, not me. Not you. They did. So they can't question what they wrote, what they created. That's the beautiful thing. I'm not coming in with a theory. I'm saying, here's the law. It's black and white. Are you going to follow it today or no? You see, it's that simple. At that point, they know they're caught dead to rights. So that's why our system works. So long story short, the whole banking system was using attorneys to come into court by the millions with no paperwork, no proof of damages, no proof of a claim, no witnesses, no affidavits, nothing. And there was no defendant on the other side to say, hey, wait a minute. Where's the proof that I owe you this? Is that accounting correct? I don't think I owe you $5,000. I think it's $4,800. Even if you do owe and you want to be honest, you still got to hold them accountable. Okay? Because if I can't pay you the $200 now, I'm going to go fight for my $200 if you're trying to overcharge me. Correct?
Yeah.
Well, the judges were just used to stamping things. So they never looked at the evidence. They never looked for affidavits. They never looked for chain of titles and mortgages. They didn't look for proof of contracts in credit card debts. They didn't do anything. So it became a racket over the